What's going on, guys? United Gaming back in our MLB The Show 22 video, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about a method that you can use to get a ton of XP for the new Sizzling Summer program as fast as possible. You can finish it basically immediately. Now, this is not a repeatable method that is fast. It's more of a one-time use thing for when the program first comes out. You can get a ton of XP basically immediately. In under an hour, you can basically be 50,000 XP into the program. If you do enjoy today's video, please hit that like button and subscribe. Best support channel by far. Let's get into it. So, on Thursday at noon, we'll be getting a new Sizzling Summer program. We know nothing about it. We don't know any of the new bosses, any of the new flashbacks, but I have a feeling it's going to be pretty good. 97, 98 overall cards. First time we're going to be seeing those guys in a program like this. It's going to be very similar to the Spring Cleanup program. I expect there to be 5 bosses and kind of be similar to that program. So when that program comes out, I have a method that you can use to basically get super far progress as fast as possible and make a ton of stubs. And that method is going to be used in the fact of March to October. So in March to October, you get XP on certain areas in your March to October run. So if we go out of this, we exit out of this, we go back to Dynasty, we go to the current future program, which is going on right now, the future of the franchise. We scroll down here, we see March to October right here. We got beginner, dynamic, amateur, minors, rookie, veteran, and all-star. So Hall of Fame and legend. So you can, whatever difficulty you play on, that'll determine how much XP you can get for a March to October run. And the thing we want to be looking at is the All-Star Break eval, the All-Star Break evaluation. That's the thing we want to be looking at. And that is the thing we want to be focusing on the most, because once you get to the All-Star Break, and sometime around that, you will get a whole chunk of XP depending on how well your team has been doing throughout the season. So if your team's been doing super good, you'll get more XP, closer to that 17,000 mark. Teams not doing that good, you'll get closer to 5,000 XP than towards the bottom mark. So you basically want to do as best as possible to get as much XP as possible, to not be able to only getting 5,000 XP, because if you don't do well, it's not going to work. We're not going to be worth their time. You're not going to get as much XP. It's not going to be worth their time. But if you don't feel comfortable on All-Star, that's fine. You can do veteran, you can do rookie. But I recommend All-Star. It's probably the most bang for your buck. It's probably the easiest one to get a ton of XP and complete the most missions and beat all that good stuff. So basically, how it works at the All-Star Break, you are going to get a certain amount of XP, and you can only have 5 March to October save files. You can only have 5 March to October save files. You take a look at my save files here. I have 2 that I have completed, and I'm starting on another one, and I'm trying to get all 5 of these to July. So once I get to July, so let's go to the Dodgers. Let's go to this Dodgers one right here that I'm on July 9th for. I got as far as I possibly could in this, to where I'm not risking getting to that All-Star Game evaluation. Because if you get to the All-Star Game evaluation, oh well, you missed your chance. Now you got to go to the end of the season evaluation and possibly get some more XP from that instead. So that's what you don't want to happen. You do not want that to happen. So that's why I got as far as I could into July. I'm not going to risk going any further, because it could be a 3-game interval, or it could be a 1-game, or it could be a 10-game difference in between how many games are going to be played before your next moment. So you want to keep it safe. You don't want to risk it. You want to play it smart. So that's why as soon as I get to July, I'm going to be stopping. We take a look at my other Yankee save file right here. We go to my Yankee save file. I'm on July 1st. I probably could play another one, but I'm not going to risk it. As you see, I'm 1 out away. I intentionally went into it and sent saves and exit so that I'm 1 out away. I only have to get 1 more out, and then boom, I'm done with that mission. I don't have to worry about it anymore. I can just go in there, finish that real quick, and then finish whatever missions left I need to do to be able to get that XP at the All-Star Break. So it usually happens around July 20th, around that mark. I'm just playing it safe because I don't want to waste nearly a few hours of my time by going past it. You don't want to risk that. So let's run over some of the numbers that we can look at. So this is not a repeatable method. Let's just say you only have 1 console and only 1 thing connected to your account. Now, depending on how many versions you have of the game, that'll vary basically how well you do. So if you do your absolute worst and you only get 5,000 XP, that's not that good. You're only gonna get 25,000 XP. That's not really worth your time. But if you get right in the middle, you get 12,500 XP. We multiply that by 5. Boom, 62,500 XP just from doing that immediately. That's how much you get. And if you have the 17,000, boom, let's multiply that by 5, and you can get about 85,000 XP just off the bat, which is what you're hoping for. You're just going to get 85,000 XP as soon as the program drops within the first hour. And unlike this big program here, unlike the Future Franchise program, these boss packs are going to be closer to the 100,000 mark than they will be for this one. This is at 150,000. It's going to be closer to the 100,000 mark. It is going to be very similar to Spring Cleanup program. I don't remember exactly where their boss pack was. I definitely remember it was not as far in the program as some of these, because this is a big program. I'm sure the Sizzling Summer program is more of a gap program to try and get it towards the All-Star break, more of a program to get it to the All-Star break so they can do the All-Star program after that. That's just my suspicion. That's not confirmed. That's what I think they're going to do. But yeah, so boom, if you have one console, one thing connected, you can get 85,000 XP. But if you are able to do this on, let's say you have another, say you have an Xbox and a Switch as well, you have copies of the game and all that, you link your account, multiply that 85,000 by 3, 250,000 XP day one. So you want to grind as much October as possible. Now for one console, you're only allowed 5 save files. Not for one account, for one console. So if I have a PS4 upstairs, I won't have these 5 save files. I will have these 5 save files on this PlayStation exclusively, not this account. So that's how it works. So if you are going to be starting a new one, I would recommend picking a team that's in this favorite section. I picked the Dodgers or the Yankees. I'm just going to be doing the Yankees for the rest of mine because they're my favorite team and they're pretty good as well. So Yankees or Dodgers is who I recommend. Someone in this favorites range, someone on this, because that's your guaranteed most XP. You go down here on long shots, you're probably not going to win as many games, and it just makes it so much harder to get that more XP. You don't get an XP bonus for picking a worse team. So just pick the favorites, just boom, make your life a lot easier than it has to be. So this is the way to get a ton of XP as fast as possible, immediately, one-time use. This is not a long-term XP method. I will be going over a long-term XP method later in the week. I'll actually be uploading that video as soon as the content is dropping. As soon as all new program drops, I'll be uploading the best XP method you can use for this. But I uploaded this ahead of time so you would have some time to prepare. You only have about 5 days to prepare, but if you're willing to grind enough, and if you can get to like the halfway point, boom, you can have a bunch of free XP, and you can do this for the next program as well. It's not like this is only one program thing. You can just get rid of all your March of October saves, or in this case, if you're only going to the halfway mark, you can actually just go to the end of the season mark. So if you go into Diamond Dynasty real quick, you go to the end of the season mark, it works the exact same. And actually, if you do end up going to the end of the season, you do have potential for more XP because you will have chance of going to ALDS/NLDS win, ALCS/NLCS win, and the World Series win, which is some extra XP right there. So yeah, that's kind of what I would recommend to do if you want some XP immediately. If you want to try and get a ton of subs immediately, because assuming you get like these packs here and these guys are sellable, you can get these guys as soon as possible. You get them so quickly that their stub value will be through the roof and they'll eventually drop. But if you get them while their value is high, you'll be able to sell them high and you can make a ton of stubs. And same with the boss pack. If these guys are going to be expensive as soon as they come, oh my god, I can't talk. As soon as they first come out, they are going to be expensive. Not going to be expensive for long though. So if you can get them immediately, you can make a ton of stubs and you can just buy them back later. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.